Rona Ambrose has been the interim Conservative leader for just over a year. In that time, her approval ratings have surged, and Maclean's magazine named her the hardest-working MP of 2016. She's also made headlines for challenging Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on contentious issues such as carbon taxes and electoral reform. She joins me today from Ottawa to talk about this past year and what she hopes to see happen in 2017. Good morning.
Good morning, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing great. Look, a lot of people think that you should be running for the leadership of the Conservative Party. We know that you've stuck a pin in that, but there are a lot of people that we see in front of podiums trying to get their names out there. No one has really separated themselves from the pack. What do you think it's going to take for someone to stand out from this pack?
Well, I think it's going to happen. Our leadership race just began not that long ago, and you're right. There's a big pack, and it's because it's a big prize. There's a lot on the line here. I truly believe that the next person that wins this leadership race could very well be Canada's next prime minister. So it is a big deal. People take it seriously. We do have 14 people running, and if Mr. O'Leary jumps in, it'll be 15. But that's a great reflection on the party. I think the race will start to heat up as we move forward, and people will get a great chance to see these really wonderful, qualified, experienced people.
You know, it's just you and me here. Nobody's watching. Who are you rooting for?
No. I stay completely neutral.
You know, there is an argument that for the Conservative Party to succeed, you need a strong NDP as well for them to go toe-to-toe and maybe take some votes away from the Liberals. But right now, nobody seems to be interested in leading that party. What is it going to take for somebody to say, I want to lead the NDP?
I don't know, but I'm proud that we have so many great people stepping up to lead our race. And look, what we're focused on is being the strongest possible opposition. I said that from day one, that we were going to be the voice of the taxpayer. We are going to represent hardworking, ordinary Canadians that feel that this government is not representing them when they look at their electricity bills going up, the cost of groceries going up, worrying about how they're going to pay for their kids' soccer registration when their tax credits are no longer there, for their sports and arts classes. These are all things that regular Canadian families are focused on, and that's what I've been focusing on, our team has been focusing on, and I think that's why people see the opposition doing a good job on their behalf.
Early next year, Donald Trump will assume the presidency of the United States. What advice would you give the Trudeau government in getting off on the right foot with this new administration?
Look, I have to say, this last year has been a lot of fun for Mr. Trudeau, and look, the Prime Minister is good at a lot of things, and there's been a lot of photo ops with people and a lot of international travel, and he really enjoys that part of the job, and he's good at it. But I really think that the fun is over because Mr. Trump's election changed everything for Mr. Trudeau and for Canada. We have a president-elect down south that is saying he's going to drastically cut corporate taxes, income taxes to attract jobs to the United States. And it's not only that we're not competitive, we're actually going in the other direction. We are increasing income taxes. We're putting more taxes onto our businesses, like the CPP taxes, more EI, payroll taxes, and a carbon tax next. We're even looking now, the federal government is looking at taxing employer health and dental benefits. So all of these things make us less competitive, and it makes me worry about the next brain drain of smart young people that are thinking, where do I start off my career? We saw that happen in the 90s, and we're already hearing from a lot of people that this could happen again in Canada. So Mr. Trudeau does have to recognize that Mr. Trump's election changed everything for us, and we've got to, I think, refocus, reevaluate some of these policies. Raising our taxes now is not a good idea. We're already in a slow growth economy. We've lost 30,000 full-time jobs in a year. Not one new additional full-time job has been created in Canada since Mr. Trudeau was elected. And look, this could get much worse with Mr. Trump's policies. So I think we have to say to ourselves, look, there is a train coming down the track at us. We've got to reevaluate these ideas. We shouldn't be moving ahead with something as punitive as a carbon tax. We've got to look at lowering our taxes on Canadians, lowering our taxes on businesses, because we've got to keep the great people of Canada here working in Canada. We don't want to lose them to the United States. And we'll lose businesses, we'll lose employees, We'll lose investment. So I am really worried about the impact of Donald Trump on Canada. But, you know, there's also the opportunities because Mr. Trump says he supports Keystone XL. That's great for Canada. So, you know, I've said to Mr. Trudeau, pick up the phone, call him as soon as you can and tell him that we'll do whatever we need to do on this side of the border. Canada's already approved this pipeline, so we really don't have any more work to do other than to just ask for his support down south. So let's hope to see that get approved quickly. But NAFTA is another issue. This is the most important trade agreement in our history. 1 in 5 Canadian jobs depends on trade. So I think Mr. Trudeau has to take a good look at what's happening down south because Mr. Trump has said he wants to open up NAFTA. I worry about that. Let's hope he's looking at the Mexicans, not at us. But he has said he'll target the beef sector and the softwood lumber sector. That's hundreds of thousands of jobs. So look, at the end of the day, we've got to fight for Canadian jobs because what that means is being able to support our families, save for our retirement, put our kids through university, and live the life that we want to live here in the country we love. And that,
Rona Ambrose, I'm sorry, we're going to have to.
My advice.
We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Ben.
And all the best in the new year.
Thank you. You too.